No intros for right now, man. We just gonna get into the videos, man. No intros. Let's go on and watch it. See what's going on.
You know why this photo has one of the darkest backstories behind it?
What even is that?
So this photo was taken in 1961 on November 16th, and we see an 11-year-old girl stranded in the middle of the sea, and her name was Terry Jo Duperl, and she was stranded in the middle of the ocean for 4 days with no food or water until a nearby cargo ship found her and saved her. And right when the cargo ship saved her and brought her onto the ship, she collapsed from having heart failure. But this story gets even darker.
So how did the girl even get in the middle of the ocean?
Okay, so just 3 days before they found Terry Jo Duperl, they actually found another man stranded in the middle of the ocean on a dinghy. And this man was yelling for help. He was in such distress. So the cargo ship stopped and saw the man and helped him onto the ship. And the man introduced himself as Julian Harvey. And he said that he's the captain of the Bluebell ship. And he told everyone that his ship sank due to a violent sea storm. And he explained how he's the only survivor on the ship and everyone else died at sea. So 3 days later, the same cargo ship that saved Julian Harvey ended up saving Terry Jo Duperl and brought her onto the ship. And right when Julian Harvey found out that Terry Jo Duperl was on the ship alive, the next day he was found dead in his room.
Wait, what? Did someone kill him?
So all the authorities and Coast Guards are trying to figure out who this Terry Jo Duperl girl is, because all they know is that this little girl was found in the middle of the ocean. But time was moving so fast, Terry Jo was dying, and they knew that she was dying, so they started trying to perform CPR and do any kind of life support they could to help her. And luckily they were able to bring Terry Jo Duperl back to life. So they started asking Terry Jo, like, what happened? Who are you? And how did you get here? And Terry Jo was slowly starting to come to and starting to remember how she got here and started telling her story. So Terry Jo's story starts November 12th at night, and her family's about to go on a cruise. So her dad hires a captain to sail the ship, and the captain brings his wife with them. So while they're at sea, Terry Jo's brother starts yelling for help and calling for their dad, and Terry Jo's like, what's going on? So Terry Jo hears all this yelling for help, and then all of a sudden it just stops and the whole boat is just silent. So Terry Jo decides to get up from her bed and leave her room to go look at what's going on, and she walks into the kitchen, and all of a sudden she sees her mom and her brother dead on the ground. So Terry Jo, in shock, tries to go find her dad. So as she tries to climb the ladder to go to the main deck of the ship, all of a sudden the captain of the boat says, no, go down, go to your room, and it ends up being the captain is Julian Harvey. So Terry Jo goes back down to her room and sits on her bed and just sits there, closes the door and just waits. And all of a sudden she sees a bunch of water slowly seeping underneath her door, her bedroom door, and she realizes that the boat is sinking. So water keeps coming in underneath the door, and her bed starts to float and rise to the ceiling. So Terry Jo starts panicking because she knows this is it. We're sinking. This is not good. And all of a sudden her bedroom door opens up, and it's Julian Harvey, and he walks in with a rifle. And as he points it at her, he looks at her, puts the rifle down, and just walks away and goes back up to the main part of the boat, because at that moment he realizes that she's gonna die anyway. She's gonna sink with the ship.
Wait, so why was he killing people?
So Terry Jo decides to stay in her room. As the water level is rising, she's starting to panic, but she doesn't want to go up to the main part of the boat because she knows Julian Harvey's up there still. So Terry Jo realizes that if she doesn't leave at this moment, she's gonna die from sinking. So she leaves her bedroom, climbs the ladder, goes up to the main part of the boat, and she sees Julian Harvey throwing a dinghy down and is about to hop in it to get away. And all Julian Harvey does is looks at her and then jumps into the water.
So why did he do it?
So Julian Harvey had a plan to kill his wife for her insurance money, but in the process of trying to kill her, Terry Jo's parents actually caught him doing it, and he realized that he has to kill everyone on that boat so that there's no witnesses. And Julian Harvey had a previous marriage where he got his ex-wife's insurance money because she died in an automobile accident.
There's one animal that you could take out the forest, can take out the animal kingdom, you can put it in a cage, and it won't get domesticated. I'm not talking about a cat. You can take a cat, a house cat, put it in the jungle, that cat's gonna die within 30 seconds. We're not talking about cats. They are definitely independent creatures. They do have my respect. Like, the one creature, the one animal,
Snake.
you can take out the jungle, put it in a cage, and put it right back in the jungle, and it'll be like nothing happened, is also the one creature you can't control. And that's a snake.
Facts. Want it.
Can't domesticate a snake. You might have some success domesticating a cat, but not a snake.
Nope.
Snakes cannot be controlled.
Want it.
Broke men act rich to impress women. Rich men act poor to test women. See, you will always lose money chasing women, but you will never lose women chasing money.
There's something weird going on with Walmart. Are we now seeing the true form of one of the world's largest companies? Is Walmart an entity of the government, operating in the private sector, meant to
It's literally spelled backwards too.
Is its
I mean, I knew
purpose
that, but like,
found
dang.
in its name?
That's a
I will
law.
take you through 6
Martial.
facts that expose Walmart's deep connection to the U.S. government and
That's
its
crazy.
preparation for mandatory RFID chipping and martial law coming to the U.S.
The 808 exists in the lowest chakra of your body. The majority of content that's related to the 808
Gee.
is killer or sexual content. The original 808s was even off pitch. So that meant it's an actual sound in the track that you don't realize is there that is fucking up your entire frequency. And now, today, every time I hear a car come out, it's 808. But if you think about African music and hip-hop and what we was breakdance to, it was light.
The percussion.
It was upbeat. It was the drums. Now it's like, and all of this is a bigger, and it's like, man, you know, at this point, it's like they should have killed me when I said George Bush don't care about black people. I ain't got nothing to say. You know, they SNL making my wife say I divorced them on TV because they just wanted to get that bar off, and I ain't never even seen the papers. We not even divorced.
If you're trying to get more money in your life, if you're trying to become more financially stable, think, okay, not in terms of how can I get more money? How can I get more green in my pocket? What can I do? And what can I provide to people? Like how can I provide more to people? When you have that mindset of how can I provide more to people? How can I help people? Like, in what ways can I provide to people? What value can I provide to people? How can I gain more value to provide to people? Bro, you're going to always have money.
43 years ago, logging crew cut down a massive oak tree and astonishingly found a mummified dog trapped inside. But how it got in there and didn't decompose is actually wild. The museum, which now holds the portion of the tree the dog is trapped in, believed that he ran away from his owner while chasing after an animal. They say that he tried to follow the animal up the oak tree and got a staggering 28 feet high before he got stuck. And I mean, it's sad to even think about, but even if he started barking and crying, because of how high he was and the thickness of the tree, the owner wouldn't have heard anything and probably thought he simply vanished. It was a massive 20 years later until loggers miraculously spotted the dog after chopping the tree down. And the wildest part is that because there was an upward draft of air circulating through the hollow tree, the scent of the dead dog was carried away, meaning that insects and other organisms that feed on dead animals would have never even known that he was there. And on top of that, chestnut oaks contain tannin, which is a type of drying agent. The low moisture stopped microbial activity, and subsequently the dog never fully decomposed. 22 years later, in 2002, he was officially given the name Stucky, and today he is on display at a tree museum in Georgia, USA.
Good, child. I just want to touch on, the subject on how people are fake woke out here, man. There's a lot of people out here claiming to be woke, but they're not really woke. Like, you can have conversations with somebody and easily tell they are not woke, bro. Because if you were really woke, you wouldn't still be doing half the stuff you are still doing in life, bro. Like, everything that you know is bad, you wouldn't be doing it still. You wouldn't still be eating this poisonous ass food. You wouldn't still be eating meat, processed food, processed sugar. You wouldn't be eating none of that bullshit if you was really woke. And you wouldn't still be doing something you don't want to do. Something that serves you no purpose. Something that gives you no joy or thrill in your life. But you still continue to do it. And this goes back to me telling you a simple conversation can reveal all of this, bro. Because you start having a conversation with somebody and they can't wait to talk to somebody that's woke like them, right? Soon as y'all get into a conversation, guess what they do? They start telling you everything they heard from somebody else, bro. And you can literally tell that this is not their information. This came from somebody else, word for word. Because just off that basic dialogue alone, you can easily tell that some of them words aren't in their vocabulary. And that is not the way they speak on the regular, bro. They clearly got that from somebody else. And they couldn't wait to tell someone else what they heard from someone else. So it's not hard to tell who's fake woke and who's really woke, bro. Because real woke people, we get the information from ourselves. We don't rely on anybody else for any information. We learn this within. Because everything lies within. We already know everything. So what serves me any purpose on listening to somebody else and hearing what they say and take exactly what they said and go tell somebody else word for word? What do I get out of that? There's no originality in that at all, bro. And then when you have a conversation with these people about the spiritual world, so yeah, they're going to make it seem like they're woke, but they're not really woke because there's no original information from what they're telling y'all or what they're telling you in conversation. And you can see through it. Just pay attention. Real woke people give you the facts. So the moment somebody starts overflowing you with information faster than you can process it, that is an automatic red flag that they got that from somewhere else, bro. Because real woke people, we can wake up anyone. We can wake up toddlers, babies, adults, teenagers, anybody. But fake woke people, they can only recite what they learned from someone else. So if they were trying to wake up a baby or a kid or a teenager, they can't simplify it to where they can understand it because they got this information from somewhere else. So they don't even know how to break that down on simpler terms so that a younger audience can grasp on what they said, if you get what I'm saying. I'm just saying all that to say they only know how to explain things in one way because they got it from somebody else. There is no originality at all. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Y'all stay spiritual and stay connected. I love y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
If you haven't seen a lot of flies around you, stop and stay. And it's raining. I don't know if you can hear it. Flies in spirituality means spies. People keeping tabs on you. People real nosy, maybe asking people what you doing, what you got going, where she at. I saw her at the stove. I saw somebody in the passenger seat of her car. Very messy. And for the non-believers, notice if you just left somewhere or just was around somebody and you just see a whole bunch of flies. Not around anything, nothing is dead, it's no food, it's just a whole bunch of flies in one area. Confirmation. I'm just saying, y'all need to open y'all minds and pay attention. And seeing flies is usually not a good thing. Somebody is definitely not trying to wish you well. Trying to get all the information that they can from everybody, from all the sources that they can find. To use what? Against you, boo. Your spiritual big sis Sana got you. What else y'all be seeing a lot? Put it in the comments below. I be wanting to know. After that, make sure you follow for more. Peace.
Nih teman-teman, ayo join sama kita. Terus sampai belakang sana. Ini juga jualan. Yang lagi jualan. Ini ada yang jualan PlayStation ini. Ini ada yang lagi ngedance.
Gotta set up in there.
Ini juga.
Langsung di check up, langsung di payment aja ya katanya. Untuk earning aku langsung ada.
Wait, jangan sedih, masih ada. Nih.
Check this shit out because giants are real and I'm gonna show you exactly why. A long time ago, everything grew a lot bigger because of oxygen levels. We read about them everywhere. They're in the Bible, they're on old maps, and they're talked about in almost every single culture. In the early 1900s, there was hundreds of articles coming out that people had found giants. This one was even reported by the New York Times. These reports were coming out all the time as new land was being developed. But the Smithsonian, they had their fingers in all of these reports, and they made sure that they were all handed over to the museum so that they could do their proper research. But they were never talked about again from the Smithsonian. In Egypt, there are hundreds of hieroglyphs talking about giants. Even this one here of a giant carrying blocks to the pyramid. But if they were ever discovered, they were covered up. This is a map of Africa in 1562. And right in the middle of it is giants, with the words Tierra de Patagones, which means land of the giants. And this picture isn't too far from Egypt. The Bible talks about giants 32 different times. These giants were the descendants of fallen angels, known as the Nephilim. Even the famous explorer Ferdinand Magellan found them.
Today, we present you 6 giants caught on camera in real life. 6. Giant in Peru.
That's not real.
5. Giants crossing the street. For those who think giants live next to us, this must be definite proof. 4. Giant of Japan. Many Japanese legends talk about ancient giants who protected the nation. 3. The giant of the port. Will giants like fishing? We don't know, but the video taken from a fishing port some years ago seems to answer this question. 2. Super Soldier. A video was recently discovered in which one of these agents seemed to exceed by far the recognized height. 1. Stone Giant. There are many stories about mysterious stone giants, but they were all fantasy stories, at least until the day in which this strange event was accidentally recorded in some region of Ireland.
3 true stories behind popular myths. Part 1. Number 3. The Trojan Horse. The tale of the Trojan horse is a famous myth from the Trojan War. This story, however, is believed to be based on real military tactics used during ancient times. Some historians suggest that the horse was not an actual wooden horse, but rather a battering ram or a siege tower. These were common tools used in warfare to infiltrate and break down the defenses of cities, such as Troy. The tale of the Trojan horse has been passed down through generations and continues to be a symbol of deception and strategic warfare. Number 2. King Arthur. The legendary King Arthur, known for his Knights of the Round Table and his noble deeds, is believed to be based on a real historical figure. There are various theories about who this figure might have been. Some suggest he was a Roman military leader who demonstrated exceptional bravery and leadership. Others propose that he was a Celtic warrior who valiantly defended Britain against the onslaught of Saxon invaders. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, the legend of King Arthur continues to captivate audiences worldwide. Number 1. The Fountain of Youth. The myth of a magical spring that restores youth and vitality is widespread across cultures. It's thought to be inspired by real-life rejuvenating practices, such as bathing in hot springs. These natural phenomena were believed to have healing properties, providing relief from various ailments and potentially slowing the aging process. The allure of eternal youth has always been a powerful motif in human mythology and storytelling, and the Fountain of Youth is one of its most enduring symbols.
I'm going to show you a picture of something that would unalive you just by looking at it. You ready? Don't say I didn't warn you, because this is the elephant's foot, nickname given to the leftover radioactive uranium lava flow in the basement of the Chernobyl nuclear plant after its tragic catastrophe in 1986, melting through meters of solid steel and concrete before settling and cooling on the floor here, solidifying into a 2-ton block of what is possibly the deadliest form of matter to ever exist, corium, emitting enough radiation for a lethal dose in humans by simply just standing next to it for over 200 seconds, the equivalent of 4.5 million chest x-rays all at once. It was so bad that even cameras got destroyed when they got too close to it, so they had to put them on chairs and wheel them around the corner just to even take these pics. Almost everyone who took photos too close to it unfortunately didn't live for much longer. The graininess and missing pixels of the photos are actually caused by the gamma radiation physically eating through the film reel. The elephant's foot has since been barricaded inside the Chernobyl plant with steel and concrete enclosures known as the Chernobyl sarcophagus, and is expected to remain radioactive for the next couple hundred years, with Chernobyl as a whole to be uninhabitable for at least 20,000 more years.
The album cover was actually inspired by a drawing Adonis made, which is Drake's son. The photo was then altered to appear like this evil-looking demon. See, Adonis's drawing is actually something you would think a child would draw,
Right.
but then Drake took his son's innocent picture of a dog and turned it into this demon-looking creature. His son gave the dog blue eyes, and Drake turned the eyes red and made it look demonic. This is what these artists represent. This is who they all serve. Drake Tour has also shown us some interesting imagery as well. But what really caught my attention was what happened to Drake's father during the tour. Last month, while Drake was on tour, Drake's dad, Dennis Graham, made a police report after he received a very interesting call. According to the reports, for approximately 15 minutes, Drake's father was called and texted by a mysterious caller who told Dennis he knew he was Drake's father. More importantly, he was talking to Drake's father about Drake and the Freemasons. No more information was revealed about the situation, but this to me was all extremely interesting. First question that came to my mind was, how did this man get Drake's father's number? He must be connected in the industry. There is literally no other way to get Drake's father's number, unless you're his family member or a friend of his, which at that point, the person calling wouldn't have been a mystery. Second, what did this mystery caller say to Drake's father about Drake and Freemasonry that made him call the police? Was he making threats to Drake's father, or was he threatening to expose Drake's connection to Masonry? This to me is interesting, especially since no one's really talking about this happening, and we know exactly why. They have to keep anything involving Freemasonry away from the public. Just like Travis Scott being banned from the pyramids because of his Masonic affiliation, all of the media outlets left out the part about it being related to Freemasonry. I think this mystery caller was probably threatening to expose Drake, or maybe something much worse. If it was someone trying to expose Drake, it wouldn't be the first time, as a few months back an industry makeup artist named Olivia Song did the exact same thing. Back in February of this year, Olivia made it on some hip-hop blogs after she came out exposing Drake, stating that he was trying to take her out. She claims that she exposed him for being a part of the Illuminati, which we know is really just the Masonic order. According to her, Drake is into some disturbing things.
Dream is working hard, creating a family and building from ground up and giving back and spreading light and love. It is not that have never achieved but they sell their soul and now they're getting played by the strings like puppets to mind control society. That is not the American dream. I'm sorry to inform you. So shout out to everyone doing right. And if you have a problem with me exposing your babes that could not beat me in a test of intelligence, I mean, hey, that's your business, not mine. And nobody is going to check me because everybody and their mama know my mouth is too smart and it's too quick and my mind is too sharp. And I will flip the script on you quick. I'm a tax-paying, hard-working citizen with accolades. They're not. They're fuckers. I'm not dealing with a certified lover boy. I'm dealing with a certified narcissist, sociopathic, murderous, psycho.
As you heard for yourself, Olivia's song calls out Drake, letting the world know what Drake is really up to. I am not at all surprised by anything Olivia stated, as we already know this, but it's always better to hear it from someone inside of the music industry. Olivia is a part of the industry, and she has an insider look at all of this. Looking into her, she is a famous makeup artist with over 300,000 followers on Instagram. She also has worked with many female artists in the industry. How she ended up wrapped up with Drake, that still remains a mystery to me. What's obvious is that Drake is the biggest Masonic puppet in the music industry. He sold his soul and took the oath and was chosen to be at the top. He is being used to guide the masses to a burning end. I mean, it all makes sense why he was chosen. He's just an actor who grew up in the industry and had an easy life. What better person to use to promote a lifestyle that would ruin the lives of millions in urban communities? Just like Drake said in his song Behind Closed Doors, there's too much sixth god worshipping. This is Drake's purpose, to guide those to worship the sixth god. In the song Sneaking, he sang the lines, "This is God's doing, man you can't plan it, but if the devil's in the details then I'm satanic." Openly calling himself satanic because he knows the occult is what got him to the top. He admitted the devil's in the details. In his song When to Say When, Drake also makes it clear who his praying hands are for. In the song he raps, "Sixth God, praying hands like I'm a religious man, but I'm just a sicker man, a wicked man." Look, we can argue back and forth, but who's the richer man? Isn't that what matters in this world that we living in? Openly, Drake admits that his prayer hands have nothing to do with God and proceeds to call himself a wicked man. Who do you think Drake is praying to when he does this? This is why he has the whole world at his feet, because this is what Lucifer offers those he needs on his side. God made Drake talented and influential, but he made him that way to serve him through his music. Drake has so much influence because of his talent, but the devil got to him and offered him the world just like he did to Jesus. Drake could not resist the world like Jesus was able to. Now, he's being used to misguide the masses. We must remember that these artists are trying to lead us away from God. It's the reason you see all this satanic imagery everywhere when it comes to Drake.
You know those Walmart brands? There's like Great Value and then the regular brand, right? So they have Cool Whip and then they have regular whipped cream. Did you know it's made by the same company?
The Great Value and the
Cool Whip. What Great Value does, they go to the same manufacturer, fam, and they just get it made cheaper without that brand name. The canned veggies. The big name brand is Green Giant, made by Green Giant. Even the Great Value
is made by Green.
Same thing. Cereal, same thing. There's this store called Aldi in the States. Now this store is known for like, we have the best products that match up to the big name brands. That's how they promote their store. If you go into Aldi, they have this brand called Millville, and all of their cereals are offshoots of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, offshoots of Cookie Crisp, offshoots of Rice Krispies, and they look so similar, all by Millville. The real name brand is made by General Mills. They dug deep and found out that Millville is the same thing as General Mills. It's the exact same. They've been lying this whole time.
Wait, but they taste the same or no?
They taste the exact same.
No, they don't. No,
they taste the exact same.
This quote made me tear up, and it goes like this. Death is not the greatest loss in life. The greatest loss is what dies inside you when you are still alive.
Something strange is happening in our oceans.
This very strange video is circling the internet of what's supposed to be this very strange phenomena happening in the middle of the ocean. A couple of people inside of a boat captured it on camera. I'm going to show you guys the entire video. Some people are relating this to underwater volcanoes, but I'm not exactly sure if this is the case. I'm going to show you guys the video. You tell me what you think is going on here. Check this out.
What is going on with that, man?
Pay attention, look at the size of this thing.
It's crazy. What is that? What, like, how do they even get in the ocean?
Look at this over here.
That's crazy, bro.
What's going on here, guys? What is your take?
What is going on?
Don't forget to like and follow and stay
weird.
I'm gonna show you a lot of stuff in this video, but let's start with this. All right, Drake sitting here saying that, you know, his career is being guided by, you know, something else. No matter how good he writes or whatever, there's something else that's guiding his career.
Use all my heart and my soul, you know, in my writing. But at the end of the day, I am being guided by some other power. I don't know what it is.
At closed doors, a lot of six God worshiping. Yeah. We got London on the track. This is all God's doing, man, you can't plan it. But if the devil's in the details, then I'm satanic. Devil's working overtime. Voodoo spells put on my life.
Then here you have this song, alright? He says that you're scared of the six conveniently 3 times. Now, some people say, well, he's talking about Canada, but he says the 6 3 times. I don't think the area code of Canada is 666, and then why would we be scared of Canada? So listen to this. So, you know, there's a lot of demonic symbolism. You can see the imagery, you can see, you know, the owl and things like that. But I want to bring your attention to what happened recently at one of his concerts, right? They have, I don't know, they got this infatuation with portals, right? And so check this out. Yeah. So I want you guys to take a look at this Drake clip from a recent concert, all right? So you see he's sitting on this bed. He's a young version of himself. I guess it's like a hologram or something. They've been using a lot of those. And then you see the screen right here. It's changing. It's transitioning. It shows him when he was, you know, a TV actor. I guess like, you know, going through that timeline of his success. And then here's where it starts getting a little weird. So, you see that the lights are changing. He's going to bed. The lights turn off. And then here comes this like shadowy spirit kind of thing. Now, some people are arguing, oh, this is just a reference to Peter Pan, but the guy who wrote Peter Pan, apparently, you know, he's like a Freemason and he practiced witchcraft, sorcery, or he was into that kind of stuff. Either way, all right, you see this shadowy creature, right, moving around. You want to say it's a reference to Peter Pan, but watch this, right? Starts spinning, splits into a whole bunch of different, you know, versions of that shadow and begins to create a portal right here. Right? I don't remember that in Peter Pan, right? Splitting into a bunch of shadows. And so it's spinning here, spinning, creating this portal. And then eventually here comes Drake. He's going to come out of that portal. So is that like some kind of symbolism for like, okay, you know, Satan visited me, you know, he talks about being the sixth god and all that kind of stuff, and we'll dive into some other stuff.
Right, because it's shadow and then it turned into the
here he comes out the portal, right?
All the colors.
And is this like symbolic of, oh man, this was my transition when I had this encounter, all right? Why is it that they're just so infatuated, you know, with this stuff in the music industry? We talk about it all of the time. And look, you got this, what's this goofy guy, Ja Rule? I mean, first of all, it's terribly corny and hard. What is he in his boxers? Like, what's going on? Like, this is just the facial expressions. It look like Master Splinter. Like, what are you doing? I don't know. It's just, but what is their infatuation? Like, you never see them do this with, you know, Muslims or any other religion. They always take some kind of element of Christianity and they want to mock it. Lastly, this is some artwork from his son, and he changed it. He's got some kind of thing, I guess, with the red eyes, you know, demon time, demon eyes, whatever it is. But you see the original drawing, and then he decided to take it and change it to make it look more demonic. So, I mean, there's an infatuation there. It's not just entertainment. This isn't just, you know, some kind of, you know, like they're going out of their way to do this, and you see it over and over again in the music industry. So either you're going to just make excuses and you're going to keep listening to the stuff and opening yourself to these demonic portals and these spirits, because there are, you know, spirits influencing these people. We've talked about it all the time. The Bible says that, you know, if they didn't love the truth, you know, there's going to be a strong delusion that the God of this world has blinded them. People who don't love the truth, that try to ignore the truth, that try to reject the truth, right? You're setting yourself up to be deceived because you want your idols, right? You want to keep listening to the music. You want to keep being entertained, and it's just dangerous, especially, you know, for believers. You don't want these spirits in your house and, You know, so be careful. Shout out to You Won't Believe Me Official. A lot of these clips, you know, he posted and things like that. So I want to shout him out. He's on IG and TikTok. Go give him a follow. Man, God bless you guys, man. Be careful out there. Be careful. The enemy is sneaky. He got the good beats, the good sounds, and really it gets you in some kind of trance. And you're just rocking out to the beat, you know, not just the demonic imagery, but the lyrics as well. You know, so this is why me and my brothers, you know, we make music, you know, for the kids, because kids shouldn't be listening to that stuff. All right. First of all, the music's so filthy. The lyrics are so filthy. Like, you know, the kids shouldn't be listening to it anyway. But then you bring in all this other stuff. Why would you subject your kids to that? Why would you, you know, open them up to those kind of demonic spirits and all that weirdo stuff, right? So, yeah.
Oh, fuck no. Now you gotta get up. Oh, I ain't getting the fuck up. You know what? What you gonna do? Ain't that worse? Oh my God! Oh my God, I ain't doing this shit never fucking again. I ain't, swear to God. Boy, I'm fucking gone. Why?
You know, if you go across this way, you gotta come back, right?
I'm doing the same thing on my way back. You hear me?
We ain't going all the way down.
Going down what?
Down there where you at right now, down there.
Why the fuck we getting down now?
I feel like it just seems scary because he's like what if that glass break? You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna stop.
Nick, you got it, baby.
That's crazy.
You got. Listen, we were running on the way over. We made it all the way over. You got it. You got it.
I came a little bit too slow.
You got it. You got it.
I'm getting a little bit thirsty too.
See, the thing about the ice wall is, this is what separates us from extraterrestrial creatures and extraterrestrial lands. They tell you the real world map looks like this, to divide us up and to make things look bigger than they are. But the real world map should look something like this. Each specific land has its own ice wall, and there are extraterrestrial lands and creatures outside of each specific land. The only reason they're coming out about aliens and ETs being real is only because ETs exist beyond the ice wall, not in space. And it's far more likely for ETs and other creatures to exist beyond this ice wall and to come to our land. And they know this, and this is why they have conferences about ETs, because they're not in space, they're beyond the ice wall, or really, really, really deep in the ocean. We're also in the age of Aquarius, so more information and unknown things will be shown to us. And they know that, they're just only preparing us for it.
Spiritual attack. Take a broom and turn it upside down at the corner of your room. If any negative energies want a seat in your room, when you are sleeping, or if any negative energies want a seat in your house, immediately as they want to enter, and sees the broom standing upside down, they will run back. Follow for more spiritual tips.
This is the truth about tarot cards and what they actually mean. There's a lot of speculation and confusion about tarot cards, but they're meant to give you guidance and provide insight on what you may need to know. The hardest part about a tarot card reading is getting them from a reliable source. Some people don't know what they're talking about. It can give you false readings. So if you want to try the most accurate tarot card reading for free, I highly recommend this website called Read My Cards. All you have to do is type in any intention or question you have and pull your own cards, which will give you past, present, and future responses. I even tried it myself, and this reading was very accurate. Overall, it's very easy to use, it's customizable, and it's free. So visit this website or click the link in my bio to try it for yourself and enjoy your free tarot reading.
You want me to live the smallest, worst life of all! Yours! You're a hagfish!
Steve, open his third eye.
Is that his pineal gland?
Steve! Steve!
In your face.
The astral plane.
Right in
I'm
our
here.
face.
Oh God, I'm actually here. It's real. Okay, how does it work? How does it work? I should be able to just think of a place and go. Say Paris. Magnifique! I can go anywhere, even Chimdale. Wow, Chimdale. It's like Paris on steroids.
Yo, what?
It's all
what episode
so
is
beautiful. I want to see everything. I want to see everything Palmer lied about getting to see. To every time and every place. To the last moment of the universe!
Time doesn't exist.
Sad ending. Gotta stop reading the last page of a book first. Now show me dinosaurs! Incredible! The feathers are so unpleasant, though. Oh, just awful. Now, show me everything!
Time doesn't exist. In the astral plane.
Nope. That's why he able to do all this right now.
He tapped into the Akashic records. Let me know what y'all think about that gem on Astro projection from American Dad in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and share to somebody who don't know.
This video proves fairies exist.
Well,
Let's see.
fairies live there.
Where?
Definitely.
So it started out with this.
Yo.
It was supposed to be a fire pit. And then mushrooms started growing around it. Mushrooms could have gone anywhere. Giant yard. Right? Giant yard. Could have gone anywhere.
We've been here for about 2.5 months.
Yep.
And they've been here for about 2 years, I think.
And no mushrooms. But then when she started building a fire pit, some fairies decided that, oh, it's a gift. It's supposed to be a community center. So mushrooms started growing. So we decided to help build this community better. So we're putting rocks around it. We're gonna make this a little teepee hut. We're gonna put some more colors, and it's gonna be a nice fairy garden.
Y'all know what's going on here, but it's still not being stopped. The fact that the media is downplaying this issue is really disturbing. More than 1,000 kids have disappeared in Ohio this year alone at a startling rate. For example, states like Georgia and North Carolina that are the same population as Ohio had way lower numbers. In fact, they're really trying to downplay this as all the kids really being runaways. Come on, people, wake up. Making up things instead of solving the problem going on here. The state of Ohio doesn't think this is very concerning that this many children have gone missing in such a short period of time. With today's technology and everyone having a cell phone or cameras being on every street corner, there are no excuses for authorities not to have leads on these cases. And why the lack of national coverage on this?
Some of you still can't see that once upon a time, giant trees existed. It's really quite obvious when you look with an open mind.
It's very obvious.
A lot of them look like they have been cut down. Kind of further proves giants really did exist on Earth, along with many other proofs. Anyway, if you didn't already believe giant trees existed then, you will after
And then
this
when you know
next
that,
video.
you think like, what do they use to cut down these trees?
The trees are fibers, and for some reason this shows the true color. A big chunk of this just fell off. See part of the grain. This is the way the fibers are, right here.
Yeah, bro, that's a tree, man.
Hold on a second. You see it's nothing but wood. Okay, so we're gonna go down over here, and I'll show you a little more. Okay?
That's crazy, man.
See here. And at an angle. Okay?
Mountains is really trees.
Everything.
And they call it mountains just throw us off.
In a 100-mile radius. Come right over here. see. This looks just like freshly chopped wood.
That's crazy.
Piece off of there. This is what we see. This is the wood.
This is, it make me wonder, like, what did they use to chop these trees down, man? You know?
All this here, all the way back up in here. I'll show you that in a second. You come right here, and you see, we'll pull a piece off here. It's just wood. It's so crazy. All this
is crazy, man.
And then you go right over here.
Shout out to the trees, man.
This is the fresh stuff. This is what we see.
At least it left behind the proof.
Over here. It's part of the source tree. They are so glad they came. They are just floored. Okay? Just want to show you.
But the music making it more sad.
And when I do the video on the quartz, the quartz, the mica, and the gold, it's going to be my final chapter. It's going to be a long one. And it's going to blow your mind. You see this? That's incredible.
It is.
Wood is like fibers. See here. All this.
It's crazy, man.
Everything I've shown in every one of my videos. The mountains. And it's not just here. It's worldwide. You see, this don't have the moss on it. Alright, we're going to end it there. I just wanted to show you that. It's pretty incredible. Everything I showed you generally looks like this or like this. But when you break it apart, you see the wood. All of it.
Thanks for watching. Like, follow, and comment to see more content.
There is no disease that's incurable. I'm gonna say that again. There is no disease that's incurable.
Disease,
The herb with castor oil. If you suffer from fibroids, PCOS, tumors, cysts, gallbladder issues, skin issues, or just plain old want to lose weight, you need this oil. My castor oil is infused with 6 of the best herbs to help fight all these issues. Let's get healthy.
Let's go get a burger.
Now, before I came a truck driver, you couldn't tell me nothing about red meat. I was going to have me a good steak. I was going to have me a good burger. You know what I'm saying? Especially at a nice restaurant. That was me. You feel me? It wasn't until I became a truck driver, I started going to these beef processing places that I seen things like that video. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing on the animal that goes unused. Nothing. So all those bones, all that cow skin you seen, you know, they break that down, melt it down, they put it in makeup products, dog chew toys, a lot of things, you feel me? So, you know, a lot of that stuff I seen while going into those factories turned me off, and it made me stop messing with red meat completely. And then I started doing my research, you know what I'm saying, on red meat. And now I don't eat red meat at all, and I'll never go back. And me seeing that made me definitely not go back.
Who going, like, come on, man. Nobody going back to that. That is disgusting. Yo. W TikTok compilation, man. Y'all already know. We on the grind. We gonna keep these videos coming. We here to learn. Here to stimulate the brain. Whatever, man. Whatever you can. Well, what am I saying? Whatever, man. Good vid. I see you guys in the next one, man. Peace out.
What? Bitch, I'm a god, cause nigga, I'm back. Fuck the Matrix, this shit is trash.